namaste. Hope you're fine, and as you know, always try to connect you with the people who are doing great and inspiring the world. Today we have Linda Howe. She's a teacher, trainer, coach, spiritual teacher, and today we will try to learn something from her. And I think we will. It would amazing to know about her. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you. I am so happy to be with you today and to be with all your wonderful listeners. This is a great opportunity for me to realize the connection we already share. Yes.
That's really amazing. Ma'am, at first, you're doing great. You're teacher, mentor, author. So
Yes.
all the things are so much spiritual here. So how that journey started? Are you since your childhood, are you a very brilliant student, or with the passage of time you evolve?
Well, such a good question. Yes. Um, obviously, I'm very American. Yes. And I'm from the Midwest, the heartland of America. And I was raised in a traditional American home. And I understood from a very young age that if I was a good girl, if I managed well, I would be happy. I thought, oh, this is a very simple formula. So I applied this formula to my life, and I finished the college. I did very well. I always did. I tried to do my very best because I wanted the prize at the end. I woke at age 24. I had a I had a wonderful job. I had a beautiful apartment. I had everything I thought I wanted, and I had so much sadness in my heart. And I was very, very confused because I thought, wait a minute, I did everything right. Where's my prize? Yeah. So I made a very desperate prayer to a God I wasn't so sure was even there. Yeah. And I was like, help me, help me, help me. Well, within about maybe a couple weeks, I had a profound moment of spiritual awareness, as so many of us are having these days, right? And in this moment of spiritual awareness, I was overcome with this experience of being completely known, completely loved, and an integral part of the whole of creation. Yeah. Nothing in my life prepared me for that. But whatever this is, and I didn't know what it was, made no sense to me, right? But I thought, whatever this is, I must have it. It was so strong, yeah? This was over 40 years ago, right? It is still, as today, it's just as real and alive as it was then. So, so I began my spiritual search, and I was looking to reproduce that experience. Yeah. I went everywhere. Oh, I did everything. I had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time. I took classes, I studied the books, I did everything. 16 years. I looked. I was a little discouraged. But 1994, I went to something, someone said Akashic Record. I thought, what is that? Where I live, no one uses Sanskrit words. Right? So I went to this, and this woman talked about the Akashic Record. It went into my heart, very much like the experience I had had, 16 years earlier. And I was taught how to open my Akashic Record in 1994. When I opened the records, you know what happened? Same experience. I thought, whatever this is, I didn't understand it. I didn't know. I thought, we'll see what happens. I'm curious. I'm a seeker. I like to see what's next. So here I am. That was in 1994. It is now 2020. I always think to myself, oh, soon this will be over. I will go do something else. just when I think it's coming to an end, a whole new horizon opens. You understand? A whole new vista. And it's inside and outside, as within, so without. Yes? And so I don't think human beings can plan these things. I certainly couldn't plan. And, I like to make a plan, but I could not plan this. I could only, one step at a time, follow the light. Yes? And along the way, I have written 3 award-winning books. My 4th book right now is at the publisher. We're waiting for the date. Do you know the release date? All award-winning books. I earned a doctorate in spiritual studies, focus on the Akashic records, first person in the world. And I teach all around the world. I have the school, the online center for Akashic studies, to empower people to connect with the light and to follow it, to make everyday life the rich and wonderful experience it can be. So that is, I hope, the shortest version of my story to tell you. But it has been so interesting, especially in this pandemic. Hi. No, none of us had this on our 6-month plan, right? And then we will have global pandemic. Here in the States, it is pretty terrible right now. Yeah, really.
Exactly. And this is really amazing. I think it's really inspiring. Just wow. Just wow. Remember, I just, as you mentioned, that is really like we are nowadays. We are so much involved in materials. We are so much involved in our life that we hardly connect with our soul. We hardly have time even to talk with ourselves, and even we find it very ridiculous. Like sometime when I get tired, I say, I God, what is this going on? I'm thinking like that, but then that comes in my mind. Is this I'm not doing right? Uh, is this is this ridiculous? So that happens with you. So as you mentioned, it's a light to follow. So if I want to know actually how we can connect with our soul, because we are so much involved in our things, and then we got fed up, then we stressed out, then we have tensions, all the things.
Oh, I know,
And
and conflict. Oh, yes, yes.
yeah,
Well,
please.
so this is what you know this, Asma. You know. We are already and always connected to our soul. Always. We cannot make a separation. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Maybe I have some bad behavior. Maybe I have terrible, terrible fears. Nothing is strong enough to make a separation between a human being and the essence of the soul. It is permanent. It is part of who we are. But you make a very good point. Life in the world, what's going on? Is very demanding, right? And we all want to do our very best. So one of the things I learned very early in my work is that the world, everyday life, is the arena for the expression of the soul. Everything that happens is the essence of life in physical form. I thought, oh, very interesting. So I used to be very much annoyed by life. Oh, life, you get in my way. I want to meditate, right? I want to finish this up so I can do my soul work. But this is my soul work, my life, my relationships, my relationship with my son, my relationship as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, as a partner. All my relationships are the work of my soul. Everything I do, from wash the dishes, clean the house, write a book, stand on my head, all ways to experience and express the infinite love and light within. This is a very shocking news to me. Very shocking. I thought, oh, this cannot be. This is crazy because spiritual is one thing, ordinary life is separate, very far away, right? No,
Right.
I was wrong. I was wrong. It's all one. You know, when we say we're all one, I understand that you and me, we're one. We can feel that connection, yeah? I understand that. But me and ordinary life, I'm not so sure. But so I take my guidance has been, right, to take one day at a time. I don't like that. I'm a visionary. I like to take all of life in the moment. Ah, that's nice. Nice idea. But if our spirituality does not empower us in everyday life, it makes no, who cares? It makes no difference. It's no use, right? One of the most exciting features of the new spiritual awareness is that it takes us into life, not away from it. No more, right? Remember, you know, for many lifetimes, we go to the mountains, we go to the cave, we make our prayers. We don't get dirty. We don't dirty our hands with life. Now, this is where the pulse of life lives in the world. So the question becomes, how do I maintain my spiritual awareness while I live in the world? But see,
Yeah.
all right, it's a big question, yeah. But see, it can only be like like today, right? Today. So today I make my prayer. How can I be? Please use me for the good, right? And then I have to go out into life and do my best, right? But see, I like to look. I think, okay, dear God, I would like to see you today. Please show yourself to me in the everyday details of my life. And so I begin to see the people and the experiences as opportunities to encounter the great truth, the great light. Instead of being always irritated, no. It's like, right? It changes my relationship. The spiritual work changes, it transforms our understanding, our interpretation of everyday life. Everyday life is pretty much the same, you know. We make dinner, we talk to our friends, we clean the house, we do our work. It's pretty much the same. But with a spiritual awareness, it becomes a sacred opportunity to experience and express the infinite love within. It's within you, within me, it's within everybody. Okay. The other thing has been so interesting for me. I was raised in a religion that believed very much in suffering. Right? Suffering is good. It's all right. It was the best idea we had. So, also, that it's important to do good works. Yeah. Um, and if you have to be a martyr, good. It's good to be a martyr. Good to sacrifice yourself and suffer for others. See, new age in the new idea of spiritual truth, the challenge becomes, how do I love and serve others in a way that nurtures and sustains me? You understand? It's a dramatic change because life does not want me bitter, angry, irritated. No. This is no good. Life says, what can I do to what can I do today for others that will make me happy? Because see, what makes me happy is not what makes you happy. What makes you happy is not what makes somebody else happy. Everyone, what unleashes that infinite happiness within is a little different for each one of us. And by doing this just today, well, this is where I want to say the magic. It's a tricky word, the magic, the miracle, the magnificence of life emerges, right? Because the new idea is human beings, we love to give. Listen, Asma, you love to give. You're like, what can I do? Let me help. I want to give. Right? It's so deep. And so we don't say, don't give. No, no, no. We say, Asma, darling, what do you want to give that makes you so happy you can hardly contain it? This is our new, it's our new, I want to say like a guideline, yeah, or an imperative. It's a spiritual imperative for giving. What can I give that makes me happy? Ah, because then I am blessed, and so is everybody else. Yeah, there's no like, sometimes someone gives you something, it's like, I don't know, because it's got a bitter taste. Yeah, and so we want to give in a way that just makes more and more light. And we can do this even if we are locked in our houses because of the pandemic. We can do this, right? Whether the politicians are clobbering each other with words and policies, we can do this in the face of any circumstance. This is revolutionary for me personally. Yeah. And for the people that I teach. It's a very, very exciting idea. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, exactly. That's really wonderful. There are some, as we actually, as you mentioned, that we actually misunderstood that thing. We actually disconnect the words, but they are actually same. If we realize it's so deep, but if we realize that it's actually in the past, people, as you mentioned, that people left their houses, people left their life and go to caves and jungles to live a spiritual life, and we realize that actually the spirituality is this, but it's not. It's the misconception, ma'am. As you mentioned that we need to give people's good. So is there evil and good? Is there good things or bad thing concept? Sometimes we, as you mentioned, that is that things are existing? Is that I want to clear actually? Is that I want to know more? Is
Okay.
there anything?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I love this question. This is a good question. Okay. When we look through the light, yeah, Akashic light, the light, there is only good. Only good. Even when there is, I know this is a tough concept, yeah? But even when there is bad behavior, and there is a lot of bad behavior, right? Much bad behavior. It is always with an intention to, that's not the way I want to say it. Here's the idea. Every action every human being ever takes is their best effort at the time to expand their own experience of love. Now, sometimes I may think, oh, I want to feel loved. I want to be loved. I want to feel safe. I want to feel good. Yeah, I want to feel like I belong. So in order to do that, I think I better kill someone. They're in my way. They're taking my love. Yeah, they're taking something that's mine. I will get rid of them, then I will be happy. Simple. Now, when we have leaders of countries, right, who who are very upset, right? They don't feel loved. Like in America right now, we have a president. He doesn't feel he feels bad. He's trying to make himself feel more love, yeah? So he's trying to like, oh, eliminate it's terrible, terrible decisions. But but his primary idea, his motivation is to make himself feel better. Human beings have been doing this throughout history. The great tyrants, whether Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler, they're all kinds of all over the world, right? Always these tyrants show up. And we say, why are they so bad?
Yeah.
It's bad behavior. Absolutely. What they're doing is terrible. But they are doing what they believe will make them feel better. This is the primary motivation for human beings all around the world is the same. When you say connecting the world, when we recognize this, yeah, it changes, right? It changes. We are not so much afraid. Now, we don't like it. It's terrible. But we see what's happening. And the idea of good and evil, it's an old idea. Okay, in the evil, where the issue is the awareness. The awareness. It is the people who have bad behavior are unaware that they are already loved. Right? They are already loved. Like the reason you can do your wonderful project about helping people realize the connection is because somewhere in your being, you know that you're already loved. So you're free to do whatever is important to you, yeah? Whereas someone who doesn't know that yet will have all kinds of attempts and efforts to grab that experience. And it's unfortunate. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's terrible. I mean, it's a paradox, right? The spiritual journey, so many paradox. Many paradox. It's many terrible things, but it's okay. Because here's the thing. There's no pandemic. There is no political leader. There is no war that can put out the love in our hearts. Human beings keep loving each other, even though governments are doing crazy things. Human beings. The love, the universe of love lives within every person. And nothing can stop that. I think one of the most powerful ideas of today is that even though the world is really kind of crazy right now, people keep loving. Oh, who knew? Who knew? It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Excellent.
And it's a little crazy, right? It's a little like out in the world right now. But it will be okay. Because the love, the light is stronger. The light, if there is one power, there are not two powers. It's not like evil has power. There's only one power, the power of life, and we are all part of it. And when we realize that, the light within gets like, it's like someone turns on the switch, yeah? And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, what was I thinking? Ha ha ha, I have things to do. Yeah?
Exactly. And we need to, we can, rather to focus on that things, we need to support each other. If someone is not loved or unaware, we need to, if you have that, you are loved and you have that, you need to support that person. You need to share love. That's really amazing. Ma'am, I want to know, I want this question, I really want to know that. Because everybody nowadays wants success. Everybody is in search of success. But how a spiritual healer define our success? if you define as success, how you will define it? What is success to you? Because everybody wants it. When we born, our parents said us, "Beta, you should be a successful person." Our teacher said, "Beta, my dear child, you should be a successful person." Whatever. But what is success to you? How you define it? I really want to know.
Success for me is when I recognize and listen to the voice within, and I take action to express my deepest truth in a way that that makes me feel in harmony with life, yeah, but also
Yes.
it's love and service for the world, love and service for the people around me. How can I give? What can I give today in a way that nurtures and sustains me? As I address that question, for me, success is very much about living in the question, being alive in the experience, because I like ideas. I get very excited about ideas. Sometimes my ideas take me away from my feelings, right? I want my ideas, my feelings, and my actions to be in harmony. That is success. Heart,
Wow.
mind,
Yes.
and will in harmony. Not rigid, right? Not rigid. Heart, mind, and will. Heart, mind, and will. Action. Yeah?
Super, super. I think it's the super definition that I ever listened. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's really honored to have you. It's a wonderful session. Many new things I learned today. I think it's really honor. Ma'am, at the end, anything you want to say, any message, any advice?
You know, for you and for really all the wonderful people who are with us, I want you to know no matter what thoughts you have, no matter what feelings you have, no matter what you've done or what you have failed to do, there is goodness in you that is far beyond your wildest dreams. You cannot extinguish the love in your heart, and it is all there for you today. And your job is to enjoy it to the best of your ability. And even if you can't, life loves you anyway.
Super. I think the amazing message. At this message, we will this is the I think I second, and this is the message. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, ma'am. It's really an honor. You are doing a great job. I think you are promoting light throughout the globe, and that's amazing. I think super. Thank you all for watching. At the end, we always say one thing: stay positive, be positive, and spread positivity. And in this way, we can bring positivity around. Take care of yourself and take care of others. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz. Rab Rakha.
Namaste. Namaste.
Thank
Thank you.